the little hero from Malang. In a village called Pandawangi in Malang, there are 7 corn snack processing factories that have been around for 3 generations. Unfortunately, the waste from these factories isn't managed well, polluting the beautiful village. Madi, a local boy, felt anxious seeing the river near his house contaminated by the liquid waste. One night, before going to bed, Madi thought about how sad the state of his village had become. He realized that if the pollution continued, it would destroy the river's ecosystem and harm the environment. While thinking about this, he remembered a lesson from school about energy. The next day, Madi searched online and read science books to find ways to manage waste. Then, when he looked at the internet, he saw many great people who had succeeded in saving their villages from waste. Madi became more excited and increasingly confident that he could also save his village from corn waste. Apart from that, from the science books he read, Madi knew that organic liquid waste could be converted into bioethanol, which could be used by village residents and could minimize the pollution that occurred in his village. After collecting his ideas, Madi discussed this with his parents. However, his parents' response was not what he expected.
That is a good idea. But how will you make it happen, Madi?
I'm sure if I try, I can definitely do it.
After discussing this with his father, Madi felt that it would be difficult for him to get help from his father. Finally, Madi decided to meet his friend, Soharan.
Haran, do you want to join me in making changes in our village?
What changes do you mean, Madi?
Let's process the waste in the river into bioethanol.
Wow, that's a good idea, Madi. If we succeed, we will definitely be seen as village heroes.
After that, the two of them decided to buy the required ingredients. They rely on their own savings, which apparently are not enough to buy equipment to make bioethanol. In the midst of his confusion in finding the missing funds, Harun remembered something in his mind.
Madi, I remembered something. What if we just borrow the tools we need from my older cousin?
Does your sister really have the things we need?
Did you forget that my older cousin is a science student? Her definitely has those things. Let's meet my sister on holiday.
When the weekend arrived, Madi and Harun went to visit Harun's cousin, who lived not too far away. They shared their ideas with her, and she agreed to help them. They started with simple equipment like an Erlenmeyer flask with a tube for distilling the waste. First, the waste, which had a lot of carbohydrates, was fermented using citric acid to lower the acidity and Saccharomyces bacteria from yeast. The fermentation took 2 weeks to turn the waste into bioethanol, which was then distilled. From their experiment, Madi and Harun found that 100 milliliters of corn waste could produce 3.5 milliliters of bioethanol. The result was quite good, with the bioethanol having an alcohol content of 86.5% after just 1 distillation. According to what Madi had read, this level usually requires at least 5 distillations, as a single one typically yields only about 20% alcohol. After their success, Madi and Harun decided to present their bioethanol to the villagers. Following the presentation, the village head encouraged everyone to participate in turning the waste into bioethanol together. In the end, Pandawangi village was freed from the pollution caused by the corn processing waste and now has a bioethanol production center, providing jobs for the villagers. Finally, Pandawangi village can be free from marine waste pollution and has a bioethanol processing production site which will also become a job field for Pandawangi residents. Because of their efforts, Mahdi and Harun were nicknamed the Little Superheroes by the villagers.